Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Wisconsin.
From Great American Ballpark, the Brewers and the Reds have at it. Middle game of their three-game series here this evening. Cincinnati jumped to a big lead last night, in part because of Jay Bruce, who snapped an 0-for-14 slide with a two-run homer. As the Reds built a huge lead, the Brewers rallied but fell short in the ninth inning. So tonight, Ron Renneke turns to Kyle Loesch, who was masterful last Thursday afternoon. 7 innings of 3-hit ball as the Brewers were able to take the final game of the series last week at Miller Park. Good evening from Cincinnati. Alongside Bill Schroeder, I'm Matt LePay. Craig Kashawn is our reporter tonight. Kyle Loesch on the mound for the Brewers, and he'll need to be good because, well, real easy money here for Milwaukee tonight. Johnny Cueto, one of the best in the business, goes for the Reds.
Yeah, no kidding. Only Clayton Kershaw has a better earned run average over the last 5 years than Johnny Cueto. Different arm angles, different deliveries, different speeds in all of his pitches. One of the toughest right-handers in all of baseball, and he's proven that in his career against the Brewers. Last time out at Miller Park, he picked up his first win of the season. Outstanding work by Cueto. 1 earned run in 8 innings. He allowed only 5 hits. So when the Brewers get some opportunities here tonight, you had better know they better take advantage of it. And on the other side of the baseball now, Kyle Loesch, who had struggled in his first 3 starts, really picked up the pace in his last start against Cincinnati. Picked up his first win of the season. Outstanding work by Kyle. At good location, not with just the fastball. Off-speed pitches down in the strike zone. He's had very good success against the Cincinnati Reds in his career.
Well, Cueto has yet to lose to the Brewers here in Cincinnati, so it's time for him to take a bump here tonight. He is due. Kyle Loesch was terrific his last outing here in Cincy last year. Somebody who's been really good of late, Logan Schaefer. He has 2 hits in each of his last 2 games, back in center field tonight. Craig Kashawn will have more on Schaefer as we continue on Fox Sports Wisconsin.
Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. By Toyota. See where Toyota takes you. Test drive one at your Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. By Miller Lite, the original light Pilsner. Cheers, it's Miller time. And by DraftKings. Play daily fantasy baseball for free on DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Enter promo code CREW for free entry. Another nice night for baseball here in Cincinnati. There's Logan Schaefer. He's becoming a fixture in that starting lineup. You see what he's done the last two games. The bat plays, 4 hits for him, including a couple of doubles and a run, and he's going to be back in there tonight as well. And part of the reason he is in there, not only because of the bat, but what he's been doing defensively in the 4th inning yesterday, robbing Brandon Phillips of an extra base hit going to the wall. A highlight reel type catch, and he tells us all about it.
You got to be efficient with the way you go to the baseball, but I knew once he hit it off the bat, he hit it pretty well, but I knew he didn't get it. So I just turned and ran because I knew where I had to go to get to the wall, and I wanted to round my route a little bit just to make sure I can keep the fence kind of in my peripheral and the ball in my sights. So I kind of took a little bit of a banana route just so I can make sure I can time my jump and catch the ball right when I could.
The old banana routes. Kyle Loesch would take that defensively. He's going to match up against Johnny Cueto. Both these pitchers won their games in Milwaukee last week. Should be a good one on the mound. We've got first pitch on the way.
Middle game of this 3-game series. The Reds and the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers baseball on Fox Sports Wisconsin, presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Book your stay now. A pleasant day turning into a pleasant evening along the Ohio River. It's going to get a little chilly as the night moves along, but 62 right now with a sunny sky here at Great American Ballpark as we get ready to roll the Brewers and Reds. And Brewers facing one of the best in Johnny Cueto. Ron Renicke's team trying to get back on track, hoping they were going to build some momentum after the Sunday afternoon win at home against St. Louis. The Brewers fell behind early, and it was a catch-up mode all night long. Here's the Brewers batting order presented by Potawatomi. Gene Segura in that top spot again, followed by Gerardo Parra and Ryan Braun. Adam Lynn, Aramis Ramirez, and Logan Schaefer 4 through 6. Martin Maldonado bats 7th. Hector Gomez 8th. Kyle Loesch rounding out the Brewers batting order against Johnny Cueto.
Yep, 20-game winner a year ago. Second in the Cy Young Award voting to Clayton Kershaw a year ago. Look at the numbers for Cueto. 1-2, but the earned run average at 186. Far less hits than innings pitched. Cueto, one of the best in the business. When you get one to hit, you better not miss it.
And Gene Segura will lead things off as we get set to go. The Brewers went into the ninth inning last night trailing 9-2. And as it turned out, had the tying run at the plate. The Brewers put 4 on the board, runners at first and second. And then a couple of punch outs ending the game as Aroldis Chapman came in and closed things down after the Brewers got the Burke Batenhop and made it a little interesting. Sharply hit grounder to third. Todd Frazier is there, and Segura the first out of the night.
Well, the best defensive team in the National League a year ago, as you check out the Menards Reds defense, they light up the same way as they did yesterday. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Bird, Hamilton, and Bruce in the outfield. Frazier, Cozart, and Phillips up the middle. Doesn't get much better than that. Votto at first, and Brian Pena behind home plate.
Gerardo Parra settles in. As good as Cueto is, Parra has had a fair amount of success against the Reds right-hander going into this game. A couple of hits last night. A couple of doubles. He's been good for extra base hits here these last 2 ball games. Cueto quickly had 2 strikes.
Yeah, conventional wisdom tells you to get as many left-handers in the lineup as you can against Cueto, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, his splits are
identical.
split.
I mean, versus lefties 188 versus righties 189. So choose your poison.
Cueto in the final year of his contract here with the Reds, in line for a monster payday, you would think. Health and productivity permitting. He has had a little bit of injury history. He was terrific last year en route to a 20-win season, the first Red to post 20 wins since 1988. Danny Jackson. Cueto led the National League in a number of categories, including starts, innings pitched, and strikeouts.
And doing it all in half his games here at this ballpark. Keeps the ball in the yard, didn't give him any homers. There's the career splits, not too shabby, huh? But it doesn't matter. You load up with lefties, it doesn't help much.
Hard to play matchup with him. Full count to Gerardo Parra. The Brewers last night fell behind. The Reds scored 4 in the second. After the Brewers countered with 1 in the third, Cincinnati put up 3 more in the third as Parra looks at strike 3 called. And there are 2 men out here in inning number 1.
He's got a wide arsenal of pitches that he will come after you with. Looked like a curveball right there. He throws a good changeup, a cut fastball, and Parra takes that one and clearly catching the outside corner.
Two men out in the first for Ryan Braun. Ryan had a pinch hit roll last night. Came in and turned out to be the final out of the game. Runners were at first and second, and Ronnie had the task of coming off the bench and facing Chapman. Was able to strike him out on high heat. Ryan, another one of those Brewers trying to get into a rhythm. Not in the lineup each of the last 2 games. We mentioned the pinch hit roll, but not in the starting lineup. Ronnie with but 1 extra base hit, and that was a home run a week ago last night against the Reds.
And Ron Renneke is just waiting to get Braun going. Got to get your big guys, big guns, swinging the bat well.
And Cueto strikes out 2 here to begin the game. Brewers go down in order. Move to the bottom of the first here in Cincinnati. It's first crack at Kyle Loesch tonight. Let's take a look at the Reds batting order presented by Potawatomi. Same lineup as last night. Billy Hamilton, Zach Cozart, Joey Votto at the top. Todd Frazier, Jay Bruce, Brandon Phillips in the middle. Marlon Byrd bats 7th. Brian Pena 8th. Cueto rounding out the batting order against Kyle Loesch, the one-time Red, who's been really good against his former team these last couple of outings in particular.
Yeah, 8-5 career, 269 earned run average, and start number 22 tonight. 2-1 last year in 5 starts against Cincinnati, and beat the Reds back at Miller Park his last time out.
7 innings of a 3-hit ball. Gave up just a couple of runs. Billy Hamilton shortens up. Speedy leadoff man, we say with great understatement. Relatively quiet last night with the 1 hit in 5 trips. Brewers pitching struggled, and it began with Jimmy Nelson, but Brewers pitchers issued 9 walks in that game.
And 4 of them came around to score. That's the difference in your game. Yeah, Jimmy just didn't have it last night. Just couldn't find the release point. The delivery was a little bit erratic last night. A lot of pitches in the dirt. Fell behind. One of those starts for him.
You mentioned the last couple of starts as you look at Jimmy Nelson, who was pretty point blank about it, talking to reporters after the game. So just didn't get the job done. And you figure a guy like him, as good as he has been up until last night, he'll bounce back and be fine as Hamilton pops this up, and Hector Gomez will call for it.
Young pitcher, you're going to see some inconsistency, but for the most part, he's been pretty good. Well, a couple of changes defensively for Milwaukee. You got Ryan Braun back in the outfield. He's in right, back in the lineup. Second game of this series. Hector Gomez over at second base. It was Ilian Herrera to get the start at second yesterday. And the Brewers need to tighten it up defensively for Kyle Loesch here tonight.
Zach Cozart 1 for 4 last night. Mentioned Loesch in his last couple of outings. That's how I put it. Against the Reds were very good. Obviously, he's had the 1 start this year, but his final start last year here at Great American Ballpark, a complete game 2-hit shutout. Struck out 6 and walked no one. His performance last Thursday was outstanding as well, and dearly needed after the Reds won the first 3 games of the series. The Brewers took the finale last Thursday afternoon.
If he's able to locate his breaking pitches, he can be effective against a team like Cincinnati's somewhat aggressive with fastballs.
2 balls, 1 strike to Cozart. And this is popped up. Aldonado. 2 men out. So a couple of pop-ups here to begin the night for Kyle Loesch against Reds hitters.
Yeah, location much better in his last start than it was in the first 3. Was able to establish that fastball, get the breaking stuff down in the strike zone, get him to chase. Had a difficult time doing all those things in his first 3 starts.
On a night where the Reds scored 9 runs last night, you would think this guy would have been a big part of it, but he was an 0-for. 0 for 5 last night. Struck out a couple of times. The Reds begin the night 9-10. They're 3.5 games behind front-running St. Louis. Brewers in search of win number 5 here on the year. Reds have been a bit of a streaky team. They went into this series having lost 3 in a row. Votto gets into one, right field, deep, and gone. He just turned on one. Joey Votto, his 7th of the year to give the Reds the early lead.
Yeah, breaking pitch, left it up out over the plate. Well, you mentioned it, 0 for 5 yesterday. Too good of a hitter to be kept down too long. Kyle with a mistake, and Votto knocks it out. And watch the location of the pitch. Out over the plate on a curveball, and Votto waits back and knocks it out of here into right center. Well, the Brewers are going to have to play from behind once again. You don't want to get too far behind today, though.
No, not against Johnny Cueto. That home run for Votto now ties him with Adrian Gonzalez for the National League lead. Is unfortunately for the rest of this division and the rest of the National League, Votto showing all signs that power is back.
And he's healthy again. And one of the reasons that perhaps he hasn't been able to put up the numbers that folks in Cincinnati were used to the last couple of years. Taking a lot of walks, not driving the baseball, but that's all changed now.
62 games he was able to play in last year. MVP of the National League 5 years ago. 2-1 to Todd Frazier. Frazier last night walked 3 times and scored 3 times. Rock was saying those walks definitely, as the old line goes, came back to haunt the Brewers. This is popped up, and Hector Gomez will take care of it. 3 pop-ups and a big fly for Cincinnati in the first inning. Joey Votto goes deep, and the Reds lead 1-0. Joey Votto with a solo shot to open the scoring here tonight. We move to the top half of the second inning in Cincinnati. Adam Lind, Aramis Ramirez, and Logan Schaefer face Johnny Cueto. Lind last night with a couple of hits. See where that average is. A very healthy .333. One of the leaders in the National League in several categories, including slugging percentage, extra base hits, doubles. For a struggling offense, Lind is doing what he can to try to get this team going.
He's been pretty consistent. I mean, shooting the ball to the opposite field, he's showing some pretty good power. And he will battle up there at the plate. Foul off some tough pitches and wait for one he can handle.
Fly ball hit back in the center field. Billy Hamilton near the track, able to run it down. First out of the inning. You'll notice with Cueto, and if you watched the game last week in Milwaukee, you may have noticed it as well. He will at times, and he used to do it far more often, give you that Louis Tiant type of delivery. Doesn't always do that now.
He has a couple of different variations of what he calls his delivery to home plate. A quick pitch you a little bit, give you that, and then he will have that big turn of the shoulders and show the hitter his back. It's something to keep him off balance,
which he has been very good at doing. So Aramis Ramirez. Well, we mentioned last week Ramirez in the Great numbers he has had against Adam Wainwright. Check that out against Johnny Cueto. Those 5 home runs, more than Cueto has allowed to any opponent he's faced, and that clipped Ramirez. He got hit.
That was just why Cueto probably trying to work him inside. Got a piece of him. I think you get the jersey. Yep, setting up inside is Pena, and just looked like he got a piece of the jersey of Ramirez. He'll take first.
Going to get hit. That's the way. Unlike Hector Gomez last night, who took a 95-mile-an-hour fastball from Aroldis Chapman. Here's Logan Schaefer. That batting average trending up with what he's done the last couple of games. A couple of hits against the Cardinals on Sunday afternoon, and 2 more hits last night, as well as some terrific work in center field.
Yeah, 3 straight starts for Logan. Ron Renneke just trying to find somebody that's going to get hot. Right now, Logan's swinging the bat well, playing well defensively. Gets another start tonight.
Schaefer pops this up, and Todd Frazier's going to have a play. There's out number 2. Johnny Cueto, the 20 wins last year. Injury plagued in 2013, had only 11 starts. On and off the disabled list throughout the season, but the year before, in 2012, he went 19-9. Helping the Reds get into the playoffs. Martin Maldonado. Brewers catcher went 1 for 3 last night, scored a couple of runs. As part of that 9th inning rally, an RBI knock. The Brewers sent 9 to the plate, scoring 4 times and turning what the Reds thought was going to be a laugher into a very interesting affair.
Yeah, had to bring the closer in. It wasn't a save situation for Aroldis Chapman, but it turned out to be one. But did not get credit for a save.
Burke Badenhop struggled, and Chapman came in to finish. The former Brewer. Badenhop really off to a rugged start. ERA at better than 15. So Brian Price didn't mess around. Brought the flamethrower in, and that was that. 1-2 to Martin Maldonado. Cueto in his last 2 years had 25 starts where he has gone at least 7 innings and has allowed no more than 2 earned runs. Only Felix Hernandez can throw up more impressive numbers, and that's by a start.
Yeah, I guess bottom line, he's not bad.
He's not bad.
I mean, he keeps you in the game just about every time he goes out there. Brewers have touched him up a couple of times in his career. Not too often.
Swing and a miss. Maldonado. Strikeout victim number 3 for Johnny Cueto. Brewers lead 1 and are down 1.
Cincinnati and our T-Mobile game changer involving Kyle Loesch. He's had a lot of success against his Cincinnati Reds team in his career. The second lowest ERA at 2.687 for Kyle Loesch. Pretty nice in a minimum of 15 starts. You know, he wants to set the tone today. He was able to do that in his last start against the Reds. His first few innings so important to Brewer starters. You saw the struggles that Jimmy Nelson went through yesterday. Kyle Loesch already giving up a home run to Joey Votto here in the first inning of this game. Talked to him yesterday about pitching to Joey Votto. He says he's definitely a different hitter because he's healthy now. Last couple of years definitely was looking for the walk. And when he hit the ball the other way the last couple of years, he says it wasn't for nearly as much authority as he's been able to do now, hitting to all fields with power. We saw him do it in that first inning.
Yeah, we did, Craig, and that is not good news for any team not named the Cincinnati Reds. Votto getting into a rhythm like that, that's the MVP form that he put on display back in 2010.
Yeah, hit a ball to the wall and left in yesterday's game or last night. So off the bat, it sounded like it was going to leave the ballpark, but stayed in play. Chris Davis able to make the catch.
Votto gives his team the early lead. Kyle Loesch facing Jay Bruce to start the bottom half of the second. Bruce yesterday in his first trip to the plate snapped an 0 for 14 slide, and in that 0 for 14 he had struck out 9 times.
Yeah, it's been a struggling offense for the Reds as well. Not scoring runs, not getting on base. A couple of games against the Brewers they've been able to light up the scoreboard.
There's a ground ball to Hector Gomez. 1 away. Yeah, it's time for the Brewers to turn this around. The Reds came in, won 3 out of 4 at Miller Park last week, and they have won 4 of the first 5 this season against Ron Renicke's team. As Craig mentioned, the Brewer skipper needs extended innings here out of Loesch tonight. The bullpen hanging in there. Rob Wooten helped out 3+ innings last night, but you need Mr. Loesch to have himself a good night. Look at Carlos Gomez, by the way, a moment ago, closer and closer to a return. We may see him this weekend in Chicago.
That would be good. He provides a lot for this ball club, not just what he does on the field.
Brandon Phillips down a couple of strikes. Brian Price last night shook up the lineup. It worked, so he keeps it as is. The Reds have been getting nothing from their cleanup spot. Phillips down to 6th in the batting order. Last night at his first extra base hit of the year. Double in the 6th inning.
Kind of sounds like a similar situation with the Brewers. The big guy is not getting it done at the plate. 2 very similar stories.
It is, with the exception of what Votto is doing. But yeah, Bruce up and down, and Brandon Phillips is driven in 8, average at 264.
Bird's off to a slow start.
Sub 200 for Marlon Byrd, who is on deck.
Of course, the big difference and the most important part, the Reds have 9 wins.
Yeah, they've been getting good pitching from the likes of Johnny Cueto and company. It was announced last night that Homer Bailey is on the disabled list, and it sounds like he may be out for a while. The Reds changing up their starters for tomorrow. Mike Leake was originally scheduled to go, but Michael Lorenzen will be making his first big league start. Comes up after a brief AAA stint in Louisville. He's a first-round pick a couple of years ago. Here's the 2-2 to Phillips, and this has popped up. Gomez out, number 2.
Hey fans, circle next Monday, May 4th through Friday the 8th on your calendars. The Brewers take on the Dodgers and Cubs, and as part of the annual 5-county 5-day celebration, tickets are half off for all 5-county residents. For details, visit brewers.com/5county.
Here is Marlon Byrd. We mentioned he has not gotten his bat on track. 164 his average, and first pitch hitting in the air, shallow center, and it'll be Hector Gomez making the play. And Kyle Loesch blows through him. 1, 2, 3, and we are through 2 here in Cincinnati. To nothing. Joey Votto, a solo homer, the scoring so far. Here's tonight's CardSoup.com trivia question. When was the last time the top 3 players to lead their league in hits were all on the same team? When was the last time the top 3 players to lead their league in hits were on the same team? That's a good one. Hasn't happened a ton, as you would probably assume.
I take it you know the answer.
I got tipped. I have to be honest about it.
I'm never on that email chain.
I'll forward it to you here. We like to cheat whenever possible. Hector Gomez pops it up. A lot of pop-ups early. And that'll be Brandon Phillips.
Yeah, Hector Gomez has already caught 4 pop-ups, and now Brandon Phillips gets one.
Cueto, only runner to reach here so far, Aramis Ramirez, who was hit by a pitch. Here's Kyle Loesch. First at bat of the season. A base hit against Kyle Kendrick. He's 1 for 7.
It's hard to identify, the pitches that Cueto throws because they do different things, different speeds, and he's got a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. He'll get it up to 95 once in a while. He'll cut it, he'll sink it. He's got a curveball, changeup. Sometimes not only is it tough to identify in the monitor, but how about as a hitter?
Yeah, that's the even harder part.
Kyle put a pretty good charge into that one. Deep fly to right.
Jay Bruce back near the track. 2 men out here in the 3rd. Back to the top of the order in Gene Segura. First pitch hitting, fly ball hit back into center field. Billy Hamilton shy of the track. And it's a loud out for the Brewers shortstop. A 1, 2, 3 third. Cueto needed all of 6 pitches. 1-0 Reds. 1-0 Reds, bottom of the third here in Cincinnati. Hey, tonight after the postgame show, Fox Sports Live will get you caught up on a full night of NHL and NBA playoff action, plus highlights on tonight's big league games. You can see Fox Sports Live tonight at 10 p.m. on Fox Sports 1, or see it simulcast right here on Fox Sports Wisconsin. Ryan Pena going after the first pitch. He'll lift it into left field. Gerardo Parra patrolling left tonight. First out of the inning.
Man, these hitters aren't messing around, are they? They're attacking early.
They are. Kyle Loesch recorded 6 of his outs on either pop-ups or fly balls. 4 pop-ups to second baseman Hector Gomez. By the way, talking about the highlights of the NHL and the NBA, not those NBA games last night, specifically the one in Chicago, the Milwaukee Bucks. There's so many in the national media just projecting how the Bulls are going to fare in round 2.
Right.
But along come those Bucks, and Johnny Cueto comes along and dumps a base hit to right field.
Yeah, first hit of the year for Cueto. Had a fastball and just slices it into right field. Right down the middle. Cueto, not exactly the way you draw it up, but it's effective. He got the base hit to right. That's not a swing that's going to scare you a whole lot.
No.
But he got the base hit.
Trying to give the Bucks a little love, and then this guy has to drop a single. Here's Billy Hamilton. He's going after the first pitch. So you're right, both sides in attack mode.
Well, the Reds remember how good Loesch was last time out. I guess similar philosophies for these two offenses. Get a good pitch you like. Don't mess around. Don't take it.
Hamilton popped to Gomez in the first. One ball, one strike. Loesch was a Red in 2006 via trade with the Twins. That's what the Reds through the 07 season before signing a contract with the St. Louis Cardinals. Kyle has done pretty well against this Red squad. 8-5 in his career. This is his 22nd start. And last year his ERA just a shade over 2.14 in 5 outings. Hamilton to left field. Parra right on it. 2 men out.
Boy, how shallow is Parra playing, huh? Billy Hamilton. That's about as shallow as you're going to see an outfielder on a position player. And Hamilton almost hit it right to him. The world of scatter reports and spray charts.
It's an amazing thing, fascinating. All the data now collected.
Takes away a lot of base hits.
There's so much talk about defensive shifts in the infield. Well, these guys in the outfield, they collect their data too.
Same thing.
Absolutely. Zach Cozart popped out in foul territory to Martin Maldonado in the first. Ryan Price last night and again tonight moving a hot hitting Cozart the 2 spot in the order. The shortstop hitting .296 right now, so Price is trying to get some more at bats, more hits. The top of that order for Cozart. Pops this out of play. He has enjoyed, Cozart has, seeing the Brewers 3 home runs last week for him. At Miller Park had a hit in 4 trips last night. He's homered 4 times this season. He's driven in 10. Low shot in front, a ball, 2 strikes. Pitcher Johnny Cueto is the runner at first. So both of these pitchers, when they're in a groove, they tend to get on with the show. Kyle Loesch, one of them.
Don't mess around. Not too many really good pitchers work slow. They like to get it and get it back to the catcher.
There's a ground ball to Segura, and he'll just go ahead and take it himself. Tapping the bag at second, and that will end the inning. So Kyle Roche had the home run early, but that's it so far. On Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Marshfield Clinic. Don't just live, shine. By Piggly Wiggly, the official supermarket of Fox Sports Wisconsin. And by Hupy and Abraham. 1-800-800-5678. Hupy and Abraham. Tell them you mean business. Brewer fans in the house tonight. Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. Hoping that their team can, well, first things first, get a hit against Johnny Cueto and then string a few together and get on the scoreboard. 2, 3, and 4 in the order for Milwaukee as Gerardo Parra will lead things off. Took a called third strike back in the first. Cueto has struck out 3 through the first 3 innings. Parra has struggled a bit. Cueto has struggled with Parra, I should say, as Parra now 7 for 21 and a couple of home runs in his career against the Reds right-hander.
Yep, got to get something going right now. You got the top of the order up.
Ryan Braun on deck, followed by Adam Lind. Carries out of play.
Ball just sneaks up on you out of the hand of Cueto. He just rocks you, kind of lulls you to sleep with that delivery, and you're not sure what speed it's coming at, what arm angle, and what windup you're going to get. It's all about trying to identify the release point of the pitcher. That's what hitters like to try and do to get that consistency. Cueto doesn't give you that.
It's a ground ball to Brandon Phillips. Retire Parra.
Hey, the Brewers take on the Cubs Friday, May 8th through Sunday the 10th, following an interleague battle with the Chicago White Sox. Monday, May 11th through Wednesday the 13th. For tickets, visit Brewers.com today.
Fun to see those two teams come to Miller Park.
Yep, the two teams from Chicago.
White Sox and Orioles again postponed tonight with the very difficult situation going on in Baltimore. They'll play tomorrow, but it is closed to the public. So they will at least have one game in that series.
Playing to an empty stadium.
Yeah. Obviously a very difficult situation in Baltimore going on, but they are.
And then their home series against the Tampa Bay Rays is going to be moved to
Florida.
Yeah, they'll be the home team, but not really. They'll have to travel to the state of Florida. And Ryan Braun in the air, shallow right. This is Jay Bruce. Quickly, 2 men out.
There's only been 3 ground ball outs in the game combined for both teams. A lot of pop-ups.
Pop-up and fly ball practice going on. There's Adam Lind. Sky to Hamilton in center to begin the 2nd inning. A whole lot of pitching here early tonight in Cincinnati. Cueto and Loesch. Speaking of a whole lot of good pitching, you'll see Bumgarner and Kershaw squaring off again. 2nd time in as many weeks. On the coast, Dodgers at home against the San Francisco Giants. Adam Lind back up the middle. Backhanded, throw to first in time. The shift on, and that will do it as Cozart scoops and ends the inning. Still 1-0 Cincinnati. I want you to share your excitement and passion for Wisconsin sports using the hashtag #AprilMadeMeDoIt. Send us a photo of your family decked out in team gear or your face painted in team colors. You get the idea. Just as long as it shows your enthusiasm for your hometown team. And follow @FSWisconsin on Twitter to find out how you can win an April Made Me Do It prize pack. Joey Votto represents the scoring in this game. A solo homer in the first. And Adrian Gonzalez of the Dodgers now atop the National League lead. 7 home runs during his first month of the season.
Yeah, Gonzalez had what, 5 in the first week?
He did.
Brewers are going to see him on the next homestand.
And the Dodgers will be the team that breaks this 22-game or ends this 22-game stretch that the Brewers will have before it's all said and done against Central Division opponents. Brewers and Reds will play tomorrow afternoon, and then Ron Renicke's team will head to Chicago off day Thursday, and then afternoon games at Wrigley Field Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Votto, fly ball, right center field.
What a break that is. A 3-0 count. Votto popped it up. Only hitters hate that. Pitchers love it.
Just exhale.
I tell you, last year he'd have never done that.
Oh, you're right.
Talking about Votto, probably taken 2 pitches and then offered at the 3-2 pitch, but much more aggressive this year.
So a home run and a fly ball from Joey Votto. Here's Todd Frazier. He is one of 4 Reds hitters to pop up to the second baseman Hector Gomez.
Yeah, the Reds have only grounded out 2 times. Pop-ups, and that's been it. Pop-ups and fly balls.
One of those ground balls to Gomez. Been pretty busy first few innings. This pitch sends Frazier back a little bit. 1-1 the count. Now goes away. Frazier enjoying his first All-Star year last year. And he goes down swinging. Kyle Loesch punches out Frazier. 2 men out here in the 4th.
And cutter that time. I think it was slider then cutter to get Frazier. Frazier did not look very good in that at bat. Those got him to chase a couple of times. That's a good pitch. Way off the outside corner. Frazier trying to protect the plate. Not able to get a piece of it.
High and tight, then down and away. Worked to perfection for Kyle Loesch. You see that average for Bruce, but he's produced 12 RBIs. Had a 2-run homer yesterday. A little dribbler that is just foul at third. Bruce, one of those power hitters in an era where strikeouts are accepted far more than they used to be, but he's been pushing it a bit. He had that 0 for 14 where he struck out 9 times. He has fanned 25 times in 64 at bats.
Yeah, that's a lot. But again, he's real streaky.
He has had a lot of success at Milwaukee's expense. 27 of his home runs in his career have come against the Crew. Kyle Loesch trying to slow that down.
You can get him on breaking pitches, but you got to get him down out of the strike zone.
Loesch ahead, a ball, 2 strikes. Smash, and that's a fair ball down the line and right. Braun able to cut it off and use that strong arm of his, and Bruce held to a long single.
Yeah, tried to climb the ladder on Bruce. A higher than high fastball, I guess. Loesch didn't get it high enough, and Bruce able to get on top of it. Well, that's the target for Maldonado. It's up above the belt, and Jay Bruce all over it. That's a dangerous pitch with Loesch out there. It doesn't throw all that hard.
Jay Bruce, 2-out base runner for Brandon Phillips. Popped out the second. Back in inning number 2. Good block from Maldonado. By the way, and we thought it might happen originally last night. He was charged with a pass ball. Brewers were guilty of some wildness, to say the least, on the mound, and that scoring decision was changed over.
Yeah, pass ball and a pitch that hit the plate.
And the bad news there for Jimmy Nelson, they've been, all of the runs now allowed were earned last night. 7 runs, all earned. Phillips with a fly ball hit back into center field. Logan Schaefer can only watch. It's gone. 3-0 Cincinnati. First of the year for Brandon Phillips.
And you're getting in that danger zone with Johnny Cueto on the mound. Kyle's had a tough time keeping the baseball in the ballpark. That's number 7 that he's allowed already this year.
2 on opening day. 1 in each of his last 3, and now here's number 2 tonight.
And another pitch up, and Phillips getting a pretty good swing at it. Logan Schaefer takes a couple of steps and realizes it's out of the ballpark.
Marlon Byrd, his 1 home run came against Loesch last Thursday. 2-run shot. So the storyline, unfortunately, continuing for the Brewers tonight, where mistakes have been punished more often than not.
Yeah, Maldonado wanted that pitch down and away, and Loesch left it up in the zone. It's not necessarily the pitch. The pitch that you call is a bad pitch. It's just a location. You can get a hitter out with just about any pitch as long as you put it where you want it. And that's been an issue for Kyle Loesch in the early going.
And it was encouraging last Thursday where the location was good. He was in a rhythm. Very much the case in his final outing last September here at Great American Ballpark with a complete game shutout. A ball, 2 strikes to Marlon Byrd. Fly ball hit back into right field. Braun going back, and that's out of here. Back to back. 4-0 Reds. Worst case scenario unfolding here for Milwaukee.
They just have to take a look at the location where it is. Outer half up, and Marlon Byrd goes right with it, didn't try and pull it. His second home run against Loesch in as many games. And this one to the opposite field.
Well, especially in a park like this, you have one in the wheelhouse, and you're asking for a lot of trouble. It's a fairly cool night here. When it heats up in Cincinnati, that's when the ball can really fly. Although unfortunately the Brewers have seen the ball fly out of here 3 times in this game. Solo shot from Votto, likewise Byrd. In the middle, a 2-run blast from Brandon Phillips.
And that's the thing, you can't talk too much about it being a bandbox because both teams get to hit in it.
You're right.
Yeah, the Reds are taking advantage of it. The Brewers are not.
Power sorely lacking with the Brewers, still as a team in single digits with home runs with 9. Of course, they're facing someone tonight who's about as good as it gets in Johnny Cueto. So
this started out 2 outs, nobody on, with Jay Bruce coming to the plate, and the Reds have been able to play 3 runs.
Now the last 4 reach after a Votto fly ball and a Frazier strikeout. A single from Bruce, back-to-back homers from Phillips and Byrd, and now Brian Pena draws a walk.
And that's what happens, you know, you're getting too much of the plate, then the next guy comes up, you try to be too fine and end up walking him.
Cueto singled to right in the 3rd inning. Not the prettiest swing ever, but the result was good for him. So a 3-run 4th here for the Reds gives them a 4-0 lead. So now Kyle Loesch just trying to settle. 7 innings, his last start against the Reds.
And Rick Crannett's going to go out and try to just kind of break the momentum, you know, for the Reds right here. Give Loesch a bit of a breather.
This is where you hope the veteran savvy of Kyle Loesch can start to reestablish control here. So there you see efficient in the first 3, but it's changed here in the 4th.
And just cruising along. I mean, he was pretty efficient through 3 2/3. You know, the 3rd out in his 4th inning has been tough for him to get.
Cueto on 2-0. Fly ball to left field, and Gerardo Parra will squeeze it, and that's it for the Reds. But they scored 3 back-to-back homers off Kyle Loesch. Now 4-0 Cincinnati.
right now. Brewers Community Foundation is excited to feature the BCF Ultimate Auction presented by the 2015 Leadership Council. April 28th to May 12th, fans can go online to bid on exclusive Brewer packages, including the owner's experience, which allows 5 guests to watch a game from Mark and Debbie Atanazio's front row seats. Also dinner with Brian and Bill in the press box, 4 field-level tickets at Miller Park Roof Tour, pottery with Scooter Jeanette, and a Whistling Straits package as well, just to name a few. Proceeds for the Ultimate Auction will support BCF in their effort to fund quality nonprofits in the areas of health, education, recreation, and basic needs. Well, guys, later this week, the Brewers hope to get Carlos Gomez back off the disabled list. Matt, you made mention of that, and how about this long fly ball to left, and the Brewers are on the board. There you go.
Nicely done. Ramirez turns on one. First hit, first run of the night for the Crew.
Yeah, see how far that went? That was second deck out there and way back in the second deck. Yeah, Ramy with number 2. Well, the Brewers on the hit board and in the run column.
That was smoked.
On a 2-0 pitch. That was a slider, a curveball that didn't do much, and Ramirez waiting for it, knocked it out of here. Powerball home run count for Aramis, number 2. That was a big fly way back.
That was. So the Brewers finally get to Cueto. That's how the 5th inning starts for Milwaukee. Logan Schaefer at the plate. Foul pop his first trip. It was interesting listening to Craig's conversation with Logan Schaefer before the game here tonight, and describing how he took extra bases away from Brandon Phillips with that catch up against the wall in the 4th inning. When you have his speed, you can do this, and he kind of made it into a banana route just so he could keep his eye, peripheral vision on the wall.
Yeah, that
very
was
much in control.
Yeah, that was cool. He did that on purpose just so he didn't have to, take his eye off the baseball a second time once he got close to the wall. The subtleties of being a good outfielder, the things that you do that most people don't even realize you're doing.
Shoots one foul. Yeah, that was quite the catch, and he made it, I'm not going to say easy, but he certainly was in total control. Like, as he said, he knew that it wasn't going to leave the yard. And he had it tracked perfectly.
Well, when you get a good jump and you take a good route to the baseball, I mean, you're going to make plays like that look relatively easy.
And Schaefer looks at strike 3 called. Caught the corner. In the eyes of home plate umpire Rob Drake.
Mike Cameron used to have a saying that he used, and guys that aren't on the highlight reels a whole lot because they do their work early so they don't have to do the hard work late. And this is what Logan Schaefer does. You can see the angle that he takes. Then here's that banana route. You can see the wall in his peripheral vision. Never takes his eye off the baseball a second time. And able to make the catch. Would have stayed in the ballpark, but a heck of a catch by Logan.
Plays like that, 2 hits in each of his last 2 games, has him back in the lineup tonight. Maldonado is swinging and he missed. By the way, that home run from Ramirez measured at 431 feet. First hit of the night for Milwaukee, a long home run off the bat of Ramirez. Bouncing ball over the mound, but Phillips is there. 2 outs. Hector Gomez to the plate. His 7th start of the year and 6th at second base. And Elian Herrera getting turns over there. There's Scooter Jeanette in line to come off the DL on schedule, if we can say that.
He's taken some ground balls during batting practice the last couple of days. Stitch is coming out soon.
That's how this first month has gone for the Brewers. Jeanette cut himself in the shower at Pittsburgh. It's been that kind of a month of April. Gomez with a fly ball to left. Bird barely has to move. Side retired, but Aramis Ramirez begins the inning by doing this against Johnny Cueto. Turns on one. 431 feet to get the Brew Crew on the board. 4-1 Cincinnati.
On the board, we go to the bottom of the fifth. Brewers trail the Reds 4-1. I was just starting my story on a DL update for you guys when Ramirez hit that home run last inning. Gomez scheduled to come off the DL on May 1st, and hopefully will be with the club Saturday or at the very latest. And then Scooter Gennett, just saw a picture of him. He is going to get those stitches out tomorrow, and he should be in good shape to come off the disabled list on May 5th when he is eligible. I would imagine he'll go on a rehab assignment, but no official word yet from the club. Maybe that'll come tomorrow when he gets those stitches out. So hopefully day by day here the Brew Crew can get healthy as we head into the weekend and on the next homestand as well.
Yeah, much needed. Like to get your opening day starters back to health as soon as possible. Jonathan Lucroy, obviously it's going to be longer with him. Lucroy is on the trip. That broken toe is going to be out here for the foreseeable future.
Well, the way things are going so far, the Brewers just can't wait to get those guys back to start playing well again. I mean, it's at a point where they need to start winning games, and immediately. I mean, that's an understatement.
Billy Hamilton lays one down. Ramirez makes the play at first.
Well, he's playing in, and Billy Hamilton figuring if I put it where I want to, I don't care where the third baseman's playing, I'm going to be able to beat it. And Ramirez in on the grass. Billy Hamilton gives it away maybe a little bit too early, and Ramirez is still very good at making that play and able to get Billy Hamilton by half a step. Certainly worth another look.
Presented by Columbia St. Mary's. Well done by Aramis Ramirez. Zach Cozart. Reds with a run in the first and 3 more in the fourth. Home run power here so far tonight for Cincinnati. Reds with 4 runs, 5 hits. Brewers 1 hit, the home run off the bat of Ramirez. Ball 2 strikes to the Red shortstop. Cozart stays in there. Solo homers from Votto and Bird. 2-run shot from Brandon Phillips. There's Votto on deck. The 2-2. Hot smash into center field. First of the night for Zach Cozart.
Every time Loesch leaves one up in his zone, they hammer it, don't they?
They do. Jump on the mistakes.
Fastball up around the belt, and Cozart able to get on top of it and line it into center field.
Well, we continue to see Joey Votto in the aggressive mode. Solo home run and a fly ball and a 3-0 pitch in the 4th inning. Going after the first offering from Loesch. Now, make no mistake, he'll still take his walks. But a healthy Joey Votto is a more aggressive Joey Votto, at least in these first 3+ weeks of the season.
Yeah, which is why Loesch started him out with a changeup, and Votto swung right through it.
Cozart, the runner at first, with 1 out. The Reds in the stolen base department have been caught but 1 time. They are 23 of 24. Now, most of that is Billy Hamilton, 13 of 14. Martin Maldonado was able to throw out Hamilton last Thursday in Milwaukee.
Todd Frazier's got 3 stolen bases against the Brewers so far this year. A guy you don't think about as far as the steal, but he kind of lulls you to sleep.
He does, which is exactly what he did last night. Running lead off at first.
You don't pay attention to him, he'll just get a walking lead and take off.
2 strikes and nothing to Votto. What you notice about Loesch, and Renicky was discussing it with reporters before the game, and Rock, you can attest to this as a catcher. The catcher gets the statistic, the percentage you throw out, but Loesch will get it to you.
Hey, quick to home plate, and he will keep runners close. Not necessarily always throwing over, but varying his delivery, speeding up once in a while, holding the baseball.
There's a base hit from Votto, his 2nd hit of the night. Cozart on his way to 3rd. So the Reds threatening here. Runners at the corners with 1 out.
On a 1-2 pitch. This time Votto just getting it out of the reach of Adam Lind, who didn't miss it by much. Another fastball up. Every time Loesch leaves one up there, I sound like a broken record, but every time he does, the Reds end up with a base hit or a home run.
It is baffling with both teams, and unfortunately Brewer fans have seen it with the Crew, that with the offensive firepower, even with the injuries, that the team average is what it is. Well, the Reds enter this game with a .222 team average, and they have some legit hitters, and the power hitting is evident, but you do a double take. I think if you follow the National League and are familiar with this Reds lineup, then again, if you're the Brewers, you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know that the Reds are hitting as poorly as they are because they've been able to open up at the Crew's expense through these first couple of series this year.
Yeah, you can't convince the Brewers pitching staff that they're not hitting.
Votto continuing his good first month. Jay Bruce on deck. 0-2 the count to Frazier.
Yeah, that's the pitch that Frazier struck out on his last time up. So Loesch went back out there again.
Worked him inside, up and in at first at bat, then down and away again. Here's the 1-2. Looked it down and away here. Got it, but fouled it off. Loesch's 1 win here in this early stage of the season, coming last Thursday against the Reds, a 1-3 record. .8-5 career against the Reds. Again, the 1-2.
Needs to get a ground ball. Ordinarily, he's pretty good at getting those grounders, but today, a bit different. Been a lot of fly ball outs.
And unfortunately, 3 fly balls that left the park. Got him. Out in front with the change. 2 men out here in the inning.
And a good pitch, and he just kept staying away from Todd Frazier. Wasn't going to give him anything to pull, and you see the grip, the pitch off the outside corner. Frazier swings and misses. It's a good pitch by Kyle right there. You don't want to get too much of the plate with that pitch. He keeps it away and has him out in front.
Now you'll face Jay Bruce. The first 2 Reds were retired in the 4th. Bruce singled to right, and that turned out to be a big inning for the Reds, scoring 3 times, a 2-run homer and then a solo blast. See that average still south of 200. Oh, 1 pitch coming. Jay Bruce at his best, one of those hitters who you can pencil in for 30+ home runs. 2-time All-Star.
Yeah, when he first came up, he hit lefties pretty well too. I mean, used left field very effectively. Got good opposite field power. It hasn't been nearly effective in doing those 2 things the last couple of years.
Knee issues last year. Played 137 games. Those down here thought maybe he came back a little early. With some early season injury problems. His All-Star years of 11 and 12, hit 32 homers in 2011. 34 a year later. Two balls, 2 strikes. Ozart at third. Joey Votto, the runner, at first.
Can't find that outside corner with that pitch, can he?
No, he can't. He was very efficient in those first 3 innings, but now you see where that pitch count is in this, the 5th inning. It's a 90. Here's a 3-2. That pitch count, by way of comparison, he needed just 89 pitches to get through 7 innings last Thursday. Struck out 4, walked 1, and allowed just 3 hits. Again, the 3-2 pitch. Popped him up. Gene Segura will give way to Gerardo Parra. And that'll wrap it up for the Reds. A threat, but nothing more. And we are through 5. The Reds leading 4-1. Brewers 4-1. Kyle Loesch working out of trouble. Bottom of the 5th. Earlier tonight, our CarSoup.com trivia question: when was the last time the top 3 players to lead the league in hits were all on the same team?
Brewers.
You knew that. You knew that.
Yep. And before that, it hadn't happened since 1938.
Kyle Loesch breaks his bat. Little pop up, and that'll be handled by Zach Cozart. Quickly 1 out. Yeah, 3 guys named Yount, Cooper, and Molitor. Maybe you've heard of them.
And all 3 of them had 200 or more hits. First time that's ever happened in Major League history. Ty Cobb was involved a couple of times. The 1915 Tigers and the 1908 Tigers.
What do you know about Veach?
Not much.
Just checking. Know a lot about Ty Cobb.
I wasn't even sure how to pronounce it.
I think that's what it is. It is tonight.
Right.
A fly ball to Jay Bruce, and Segura is retired. Johnny Cueto was giving up 1 hit, and that was a 431-foot blast off the bat of Aramis Ramirez in the 5th inning. He has been way too efficient tonight.
Well, again, I mean, it's kind of a catch-22. I mean, you want to be patient and get a good pitch, but and maybe try and work the count on him. He's not going to walk you, that's for sure. He just doesn't walk batters. He's only walked 5 this year. You get a good pitch to hit, you know, you feel like you have a good pitch, you swing at it, and you're either out in front, off the end, down on the handle, and then you all of a sudden you look up and his pitch count's in good shape. Number 60 coming up.
You mentioned a couple innings ago that as good as he isn't necessarily invincible. Now you have to go back a little ways. Outing in September of 2010, the Brewers, they ran him. He pitched an inning in the 3rd and gave up 8 runs. He is 7-0 against the Crew here at Great American Ballpark, which in theory would mean he's due, right?
Yeah.
Had a winning decision in Milwaukee until last week.
Right. So 7-0, a 2.12 ERA, so he's due for a loss.
In the air to center, Billy Hamilton right there. Another quick inning here for the Brewers. 1, 2, 3. Cueto needed 7 pitches to get through the frame. And Casino.
Hey, the Brewers host the Cubs this Mother's Day, Sunday, May 10th. And all fans in attendance get a special Mother's Day bobble hank, courtesy of Pick and Save. For tickets, call 414-902-4000 or visit Brewers.com. Hank the ballpark pup.
That's right. have their bark in the park here, but they don't have Hank. Brandon Phillips hitting off the home half of the 6th. Misses with a curve, the Reds second baseman. Four-time Gold Glove winner Brandon Phillips. 2-run homer in the 4th. Reds did their damage in the 4th with 3 runs. All happened when 2 were out. Loesch was able to retire Joey Votto and Todd Frazier. And then the next 4 Reds reached 2 via the long ball. Phillips looking to get back to form. Tough year, injury plagued, to be fair. At his best, he is among the very best. There's a fly ball left field, and that's going to carry out of play.
No question, he's I would say arguably the best second baseman in baseball as far as defense goes. And when he's healthy, he can hit some homers.
33 years old. They say great with the fans. And that's right on the button, but right to Logan Schaefer in center field. Out number 1.
Yeah, Kyle got away with that one there. It was a hanger. It was a cutter that was up, and Phillips hit it hard, but right at Schaefer.
A stretch where it's been tough for Brewer pitchers to get away with much.
I'll tell you, that was huge for Kyle Loesch to get out of the 5th inning with no run scoring. 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Had Frazier and Bruce, and he got out of it.
Yep, able to strike out Frazier, and Bruce flied out to shallow left.
Yeah, keeping the Brewers within striking distance of Johnny Cueto. A couple of runs there, and it would have been very difficult. Still might be tough.
Yeah, hard enough as is. Loesch trying to hold things down. 0-2 to Bird, a solo homer his last trip. Reds went back-to-back in the 4th. Both of Bird's home runs have come against Milwaukee. One last week at Miller Park and one tonight. Two-strike pitch to right field. That's Ryan Braun.
Well, that ball almost
carried
went to the
middle of
wall,
track.
huh?
Yeah,
Kind of reaching out one-handed, and I said off his front foot, I should say, and almost knocked it out of here.
There is no breeze to speak of here in Cincinnati tonight, but that had a little carry. Crisp, cool nights.
At least it's dry.
And we are thankful. Brian Pena. Supposed to be good weather tomorrow. Sounds like we're in for decent weather in Chicago at least Friday and Saturday. Sunday a little shaky, but it's only Tuesday, so you don't get too wound up about this weather forecast for Sunday.
Yeah, what do you do about the weather anyway? Nothing.
Not a thing. Ryan Pena walked his last trip. And there's a fly ball steered right to Gerardo Parra. And a nice efficient inning for Kyle Loesch as we quickly move through 6. Ron Linden Ramirez coming up. Hey, the Bucks coming back home to the BMO Harris Bradley Center Thursday night, 6 o'clock for Game 6 against the Chicago Bulls, and help the Bucks defend home court. Wisconsin residents have an exclusive opportunity to purchase tickets until noon tomorrow. Visit foxsportswisconsin.com and click on the Bucks playoff banner for details. Get there, and if you can't, we will have it on Fox Sports Wisconsin. These Bucks are pushing the Bulls here. Keep in mind, one of those losses for the Bucks was a double OT. You were there for that, matter of fact, last week. So back at it on Thursday. Be fun. We're gonna be an off day for the Brewers, be in Chicago, but
watch the game.
We're gonna go, yeah, absolutely.
We'll be one of few Bucks fans in Chicago.
Ryan Braun with a drive to right field. Back goes Bruce. It is gone. Solo shot, Ryan Braun. And the Brewers pull within 2.
And taking that one hard to the opposite field. Well, Ramirez now gone. Johnny Cueto had only given up 1 home run in his first 4 starts. 2 tonight. Ramirez and Braun, the big boys, starting to heat up for the Brewers. Yeah, cutter. It stayed in the middle part of the plate. Braun didn't try and pull it. He knew it. Way back in right. There you go. Peck away.
A 2-run game now in Cincinnati. It's Adam Lind. Lind leads this team in home runs with 3. Fly to center and a ground ball to short. And he shoots one base hit into left field. Had him shifted, and he works against it, and a base hit for Adam Lind. So here comes Milwaukee here in inning number 7.
Yeah, there's that guy again, Adam Lind, and keeping that bat in the hitting zone a long time. Even when he's out in front, keeps it in the hitting zone and able to slice it, beats the shift. You saw Todd Frazier, the third baseman, over there with a shortstop would be playing.
So Braun a solo homer, Lind an opposite field single. And the Brewers coming to life here in inning number 7. Here's Aramis Ramirez. Solo blast his last trip. See, he was hit. It was fortunately just clipped, really, at the jersey. His first at bat in the second inning. In the air, shallow right field.
And just missed that one too. Cueto able to get in on his hands. Remember, he got hit his first time up. Cueto trying to bust him inside. Ramirez hit a breaking ball out of the ballpark. Then he came right back in and he popped it up.
Out number 1 here in the 7th. Cueto will be facing Logan Schaefer. Logan looking for his first hit. He's had 2 hits in each of the last 2 games. And there is a bouncing ball. Phillips, little backhand flip. How about that?
Unbelievable.
No breaks at all. Nice play, Brandon Phillips.
He's something else. He's a magician out there. This is about the only thing he could have done. I mean, you can see him playing up the middle and double play depth. And it gets it, backhands it like he does it every day, and he gets the out. That momentum going hard toward foul ground, and that's the only real play he had.
It made it look fairly routine. That's what Brandon Phillips does. You see him smile a lot and make big plays, impressive plays at second base. Here's Martin Maldonado.
Well, base hit here. The Brewers get back to within 1.
Big opportunity for the Brewers catcher. Fastball missed. Maldonado had an RBI single in the 9th inning last night. Brewers made it interesting. Went from 9-2 to 9-6. For Aroldis Chapman was able to get a couple of strikeouts to win the game. Cueto with a 1-1. And he went. So Tim Timmons, the first base umpire. Cueto has struck out 4. He has yet to give up a walk. This is the first time the Brewers have had a runner in scoring position. One's coming on solo homers tonight from Ramirez and Braun. Let's see what Maldonado can do with it, but he's down a ball, 2 strikes.
Pretty good hack on a fastball that was pretty well located by Cueto on the outside corner. Down and away, got a piece of it. Playing Maldi pretty much straight away. Votto way off the line at first.
Again, the 1-2 coming. Maldonado putting together a good at bat here. See if he can finish this off with an RBI knock. That Votto-Phillips combo been together longer than any combination that this franchise has had on the right side of the infield. Here's the 2-2. Got him swinging. Strikeout number 5 for Johnny Cueto. The Brewers get a run. Ryan Braun begins this inning against Johnny Cueto by doing this, going opposite field for his second home run of the year. He's 6 1/2. It is 4-2 Cincinnati.
Tonight's time of the game winner is Matt LePay's bar in Madison, the Nitty Gritty. Been there?
Yeah, once or twice.
Yeah, okay, if they call the Brewers in the next 24 hours, you can call for them, I guess. They get 40 Miller Lite beer pen tickets to a Brewers home game. This offer courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite.
Look at that number again real quick.
902-47, what is it? 4572.
Oh, yeah. Been there a time or two. Actually, BA and I have had some pregame dinners there before some Wisconsin basketball games.
Really? You guys hang out like that?
Yeah, a little bit, you know. I don't want to name drop or anything, but
I guarantee I know who buys there. That would be you.
Actually, I think we had a third person. We gave him the bill.
Okay.
It was nice. Very nice of that individual. Johnny Cueto leading off the 7th inning. And goes down swinging. Blazik and Will Smith getting loose in the Brewer bullpen.
Blazik all of a sudden getting some pretty important innings. I mean, Ron Renicky enough confidence in him to get him up in the 7th, down by only 2. Start of the season as the long reliever. Now more of a setup man apparently, or at least pitching in close games.
Blazik on Sunday earned his first big league victory. One in relief against the Cardinals. Top of the order, Billy Hamilton. A shot that is fouled down the line. Quiet night so far for the Reds center fielder. A pop up to second, fly ball to left, and then tried to bunt down the third baseline, but Ramirez was able to charge, scoop, and throw him out. Middle of the 3rd at Wrigley Field. Cubs lead the Pirates 3-0. And the Cardinals on top of the Phillies 4-0 in St. Louis. A ball, 2 strikes to Billy Hamilton. Got him swinging. Getting the change. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Loesch in inning number 7.
Good pitch. I mean, that's a good pitch to Hamilton. You keep it down, you keep it away. As long as you don't leave it up in his eyes. That pitch had some tail to it. Able to catch the edge, and Hamilton out in front of it.
Kyle grinding through this here as we're in the 7th inning. The solo homer in the first to Joey Votto. 2 more long balls to Brandon Phillips and Marlon Byrd. Phillips a 2-run shot. Byrd solo. Worked out of trouble in the 5th. Keeping his team in the game.
Yeah, those 3 runs in the 4th coming after he got the first 2 out. Votto and Frazier. Just couldn't get that 3rd out.
Trying to get that 3rd out now. 1-1 the count to Zach Cozart. To right field down the line, and that will be a foul ball. Cozart a single to center. The Reds in the 5th had runners to corners, 1 out. Bruce was able to strike out Todd Frazier and Jay Bruce to fly out. Cozart hangs in there, 1-2, and holding is the count. 301 average. Interesting to see if Cozart's going to be able to maintain the average on or about that level. It's not what he's known for. You see pitch number 116 coming up for Kyle Loesch. Up until tonight, his busiest outing was 101 at Pittsburgh. That is strike 3 called. Punch out, punch out, punch out for Loesch in the 7th. Brewers still need 2 to tie. What would figure what will be his final inning of work. There's his line. 3 homers he allowed tonight, and that's been the damage. 7 hits. But, as I said, was grinding through. Closes on a very good note. Now let's see if his team can pick him up. 2 runs to cover.
Retired the last 8 batters that he faced, and struck out the side in the 7th.
8-9-1 for the Brewers. Hector Gomez. Good for his first hit of the evening. A pop up and a fly ball. Johnny Cueto. See what his pitch count is.
And he's barely breaking a sweat right now. 77 now pitches.
He had 125 pitches in the game in Milwaukee last Wednesday.
And because of that, he was able to pick up a win. The Reds able to scratch out a run in the 9th. He finished the 8th and was the pitcher of record.
It was quite the duel one day after the 16-10 game. Cueto and Nelson. Here's the 2-2. Struck him out swinging. Out number 1 here in the 8th inning for the Milwaukee Brewers. So a pinch hitter. Said Kyle Lohse's night is done, and Jason Rogers comes to the plate. See, he hasn't had a lot of at-bats, but 5 hits out of 12 trips and a couple of hard hit balls on those outs too.
He's using the whole field and getting those base hits.
Cut and a miss from Rogers. Three hits for the Brewers. 2 home runs and a single. Cueto comes into this game with a 1.86 earned run average. But just a 1-2 record to show for it. Had a no decision. There was a blown save in opening day, and the Reds went on to beat the Pirates 5-2.
Earned run average is going up today.
It takes a hit with the 2 home runs.
All the way up to 198.
And Rogers on the button left field. Marlon Bird right there.
Yeah, he's been putting some good swings on the baseball for sure. Jason Rogers. Hey, the Brewers return home for a 4-game set with the LA Dodgers Monday, May 4th through Thursday the 7th, and as part of the 5-county 5-day celebration. Tickets are half price for all 5-county residents. For details, visit brewers.com/5-county.
Don Mattingly's team coming to town. They're a little bit banged up. Yasiel Puig.
Yeah.
Carl Crawford now on the shelf.
Still in first place.
Gene Segura, hard hit to Todd Frazier. Cueto continues to roll along. Brewers go down in order. Bottom of the 8th, 4-2 Cincinnati. Wisconsin is brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light Pilsner. Cheers, it's Miller time. And by the Wisconsin Lottery, reminding you to please play responsibly. 4-2, Reds lead the Brewers, bottom of the 8th inning here in Cincinnati. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Milwaukee Brewers and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Milwaukee Brewers, LLC. Clear night in Cincinnati. Kyle Lohse worked through 7, and now he turns it over to Michael Blazek.
Yeah, last pitched on Sunday against the Cardinals and earned his first big league victory by tossing 2 scoreless innings. They gave up a hit, a walk, and a strikeout. And Michael has made 7 consecutive scoreless appearances for Ron Roenicke.
And he comes in trying to keep his team in the ball game. Facing Votto, Frazier, and Bruce. The book on Lohse: 7 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. Votto with a 2-hit night. And Blazek with a 1-1.
Yeah, there's the pitch that's been a difference for Blazek right there. That slider back to back to Joey Votto, and he took them both. That one right on that outside corner. Got good movement with his fastball, and he rushes it up there pretty good.
Votto with the 2 hits and a fly ball to center field back in the 4th. Average now at .320. Including his 7th home run of the year back in the 1st inning. Struck him out swinging and made him look bad.
Yes, he did. You don't see that very often.
One out here in the 8th. Time now for the Jimmy John's delivery of the game, and it came from Joey Votto. In the 1st inning, his solo homer off Kyle Lohse, and then Brandon Phillips. Game of back-to-back homers that the Reds had in inning number 4, or the front end, I should say. There was Marlon Byrd making it back-to-back jacks, and they gave the Reds a 4-0 lead. The Brewers with single runs off the solo home run power of Ramirez and Braun in innings 5 and 7. Todd Frazier.
Yeah, Lohse was 1 strike away on Jay Bruce to have a 3-up, 3-down inning in that 4th. Bruce would single, and then the long balls came.
Just how it's going for this Brewers team. Michael Blazek looking to extend his scoreless inning stretch. Lohse struck out the side in the 7th, and Blazek begins the 8th by fanning Joey Votto. One and 2 the count. Pours it in there at 95.
Yeah, just missed the corner. You figure another slider's coming now. That's in his bread and butter. It's been a good pitch for him.
Missed away and a full count. Reds have out-hit the Brewers 7-3. Have outscored them 4-2. And Frazier works Blazek for a walk.
They just couldn't put him away. He was ahead of him 1-2. And just tried to make that perfect pitch on the corner and just couldn't do it.
Brewers in the 9th will have Parra, Braun, and Lind. And hopefully more. Here is the 4th man to hit in the inning.
Question is, who are they going to face?
Yes. Pitch count still very healthy for Cueto. Chapman worked it last night. Keep that in mind. And there he is again.
I got to believe he's coming in.
Cueto last year had 4 complete games. He has had 10. And this the 8th year of his big league career.
Looks like he's still ready to go out and pitch.
His pitch count at 85, I want to say, through 8 innings. 1 strike pitch to Bruce. It's been catch-up mode all night here for the Brewers. Reds with a run in the first inning and 3 more in the 4th. Here's the 1-1.
They're just trying to be a little bit too fine on those corners right now.
He's been on a roll, and it's important to remember his big league experience prior to this month of April. Grand total of 18 relief appearances.
Yeah, you got to keep him close. Frazier will take off if you don't pay attention to him.
3 stolen bases for Frazier. Here's the 2-1. So those relief appearances for Blazek, that was 2 years ago. He came over in that deal for John Axford, September of 2013. Big 3-1 pitch coming here to Bruce.
And went right back to the breaking ball.
Big moment of this game. Brewers down only 2. I say only. I know you have Cueto and you have Chapman getting loose, but Brewers have shown some home run power tonight. 1 out and 1 on here in the 8th for Cincinnati. And here comes the 3-2 pitch. Frazier's going, and the pitch is fouled back.
And Bruce with a pretty good swing on that last slider, looking for it away. That's where Blazek put it. Todd Frazier running on the pitch. You get that slider down and in, get to strike him out, throw him out.
Maldonado, the only catcher to throw out a Reds runner. Cincinnati 23 of 24 in the stolen base department this season. And again the payoff. Frazier on the move again. Pitches ball 4 upstairs. So back to back 1 out walks here in the 9th, or in the 8th I should say. Take a look at what's on tap. Presented by Miller Lite. Matt Garza go for the Brewers. And Michael Lorenzen was called up from AAA. He'll be making his major league debut.
Yeah, hard throw with a good sinker, and Matt Garza hoping to put up a victory here in Cincinnati tomorrow afternoon.
And as a good ERA here at Great American Ballpark, 3.13, has split his 2 decisions here. He has spun a masterpiece or 2 in this ball yard. Here's Brandon Phillips. Phillips a 2-run homer in the 4th. He's popped to second, fly to center. Moved him down a couple of notches in the batting order. Brian Price jostling that lineup last night, and tonight's order exactly the same as last night. Sharply hit right to Segura, and that's a double play. Off the bag was Frazier. He got caught. Blazek works out of it. Now time for the Brewers to go to work. Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Book your stay now. 4-2. Reds lead the Brewers here in the ninth inning. Ramos Ramirez scheduled to hit fourth here in this frame. Let's hope they can get to him. Westfield Clinic presents our shining moment of the game. First hit of the night off of Cueto, and Ramos Ramirez launched one 431 feet. And there's Ramirez showing some defensive work as well as Billy Hamilton trying to lay one down the line. Ramos there to make the play.
Yeah, starting to get that stroke break going right now, and slowly but surely, after a very slow start to start the month, as Aroldis Chapman on for the 11th time. He appeared in last night's ball game, got a couple outs. A non-save situation in the Reds' 9-6 victory. Needed 13 pitches to finish the game.
Johnny Cueto works 8 innings, gives up 3 hits and the 2 runs, strikes out 6. Elian Herrera will pinch hit for Gerardo Parra. So here we go. Hit 96 in the first offering. Aroldis Chapman has been a strikeout machine, picking up where he left off a year ago.
Has not allowed a run yet this year. Has struck out at least 2 batters in 7 of his first 10 appearances this year.
That's what he has done at the Brewers' expense. Saw it last week at Miller Park. Saw it last night. Brewers trying to turn things around here tonight.
Now need a base runner in hopes that somebody can get a hold of one. That's why Renicky is elected to go with Herrera. See if he can scratch his way on first base.
Braun and Lind to follow. 2 balls, 1 strike to Elian Herrera. Price had to turn to Chapman last night. Into the 9th inning with the Reds leading 9-2, but the Brewers were able to put 4 on the board.
Segura got a base hit off of Chapman to score a couple of runs. Not his runs, but Bert Badenhop's runs.
The 2-2. Adam swinging. And here comes Ryan Braun with one out in the ninth. Let's take a look at our Powerball home run leaderboard. Ryan Braun going deep tonight opposite field, his second of the year. Adam Lind, who's behind him, leads the way with 3. They can string together a couple of hits and then put another one on that Powerball home run leaderboard. This was the matchup that ended the game last night. The Brewers had runners at first and second. Chapman was able to strike out Ryan Braun, who was on as a pinch hitter.
That got him on a high heater. Same pitch that he got Herrera.
Up to 98. Count evens 1-1. The Brewers with just 3 hits. The 2 home runs and a single from Adam Lind. He's waiting to take his hacks against Chapman. Here comes the 1-1.
Hasn't been able to get that slider over for a strike. When he does, it makes him even tougher.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Another one. You can't go up there and look for that pitch and expect to be able to handle 100 miles an hour with the fastball.
Yeah, he mixes it up like that. Good luck. 2-2 the count.
Yeah, just hope he misses with the slider.
As he did against Jonathan Lucroy a couple of years ago in a dramatic win for Milwaukee at Miller Park. Lucroy hit a walk-off. A bouncing ball. That's Phillips. 2 men out of the ninth. Keep waiting for this guy to break down a little bit, and it just hasn't been happening, at least not yet. Talking about Chapman, and here comes Adam Lind. He's at the plate, presented by Wendy's. What Lind has done tonight, one of the 3 hits for the Brewers this evening. 7th inning single after a fly ball to center, and a ground ball in the 4th. Brewers down to their last out. Bases empty and down 2 runs. This will carry out a play. And still hitting .333. Here's 1 for 3 tonight. Now trying to extend this game. A 1-strike pitch. Out in front and quickly down 0-2. Got him swinging. Chapman puts him down in order. And the Brewers fall again to Cincinnati. Home run power for the Reds tonight. Votto, Phillips, and Bird. The Brewers runs coming on solo shots from Ramirez and Braun, but not enough for Milwaukee as the Reds now take the first 2 games of this series. 4-2 your final. Cincinnati defeats the Brewers. Let's send it to Jeff Grayson standing by at our Fox Sports Wisconsin studio.